All right, here's a recap for The Nun 2 in case you don't have time to go see it or you just don't want to go see it. The movie starts off in Tarascon, France with Father Noret and his altar boy Jacques. Jacques hears something after church service and has Father Noret investigate it, and then Father Noret is mysteriously burned alive right in front of Jacques. Meanwhile, Sister Irene is at a convent in Italy, and Frenchie Maurice, the guy who saved her in the first Nun, is in some French boarding school. There, he's befriended a little girl named Sophie. Sophie's mom is a teacher, and she likes Maurice. Maurice likes her, and it's all really sweet, but it also sucks because apparently Maurice has been wreaking havoc, murdering people in churches all over Europe, and he doesn't know it. And this is because he carries Valak, or the demon nun, inside of him. Sister Irene has a vision of Maurice in distress, and the next day she gets a visit from the cardinal, who's like, look girl, the evil has escaped and we're gonna need your help. Oh, and Father Burke, who helped you in the first Nun movie, is no longer with us because he is fallen sick and has passed away, so you're going to have to perform whatever miracle you did before and you're on your own. Sister Irene takes a train to France. Sister Deborah, who's this nun in training that Irene has kind of taken under her wing, joins her. Sister Irene tells her that she's going to have to get right with God and she's going to have to make sure that her faith is really strong because Sister Deborah is having issues with this if she's going to help her face this evil. They arrived at Tarascon. Irene has a vision of Jacques, follows him, and is attacked by Valak. Sister Deborah shows up to help her, and the next day reveals that Jacques, the altar boy, had kept the rosary from church the night of the whole father burning and stuff and gave her the rosary. Back at the boarding school, Maurice's little friend Sophie is locked inside an abandoned monastery chapel by these mean girls who tell her to stand in front of this mosaic of a goat, and that when the sun shines on it just the right way, its eye turns red, and if she looks away from it, she's going to summon the devil. Irene and Deborah do some investigating and learn about the demon's origins and the origins of this relic of St. Lucy that it's in pursuit of, and this relic is St. Lucy's eyes. There's this whole backstory that goes with the relic, but anyway, long story short, it happens to be at this former monastery that is now a boarding school, which is where Frenchie is. Deborah and Irene go to the school, and when they get there, they find Maurice, Frenchie, already starting to turn, and he's with Sophie and Kate. Sister Irene tells them about the demon inside of him, and they all get attacked. Sophie shows Irene, Deborah, and Kate the mosaic of the goat, and it reveals the relic's location. Deborah and Kate get separated from Irene and Sophie to go protect the other girls. Then all hell literally starts breaking loose everywhere. We got Maurice chasing Sophie. We've got the goat from the mosaic come to life chasing the girls. Irene finds Sophie and Deborah rejoins them. Irene then realizes that she's a descendant of St. Lucy and harnesses the relic's power to defeat Valak. She and Deborah use their faith to transform the wine into the blood of Christ, vanquishing Valak back to hell where he belongs. But not really, because we already know that years later, the Warrens perform an exorcism on Maurice.